It's Birdman for Birdman on the Mountain. Time for the Community Shout, hanging out here at the Birdman Media Studios. Of course, also on WMI-TV and Sholo TV. Welcome to everyone out there. This morning, we're going to kick it off and start about our community, talk about the community in the Nature Center. I've got Kathy Dahnk with me. How are you?
I am just fine, Rob. How are you?
Good. So you guys have had some pretty cool events going up there recently.
Oh my gosh, yes. We've had a number of Eagle programs that have really brought in a lot of new people learning about the Nature Center.
Yeah.
And we've started working with the business community that has a new Businesses for Tourism group.
Yeah.
And we're kind of partnering with them with a number of different programs.
Okay, specifically, I think you have some guy coming up here this weekend?
Yeah,
yes.
This weekend. Saturday, as a matter of fact. It's Cody Lundin, who is kind of that, has been on the TV shows, where they're the extreme
survival and stuff like that.
Right.
And not really the real survivalist, not that other guy that pretends like he's a survivalist.
Exactly.
Stays in a hotel.
And then stays in a hotel at night, right?
No, not that guy.
He touches a turtle or something, and then he goes to the bar or whatever. But,
right.
This guy, I guess, is the real thing.
The real deal.
And he's written a number of books, and he's going to have a couple lectures, and we're inviting people to come, even if they don't have a reservation at this point.
So I wanted to there's two things. There's people that have paid to do a special thing with him.
Yes.
And then there's an more open session, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so make sure that you know that you're free to come out, because I've had some people go, well, I'm not sure if they're going to sell out or not, or do you know where they're at? And I'm like, so that doesn't matter.
No, we've got lots of space at the Nature Center. We can fit 200, 300 people in there.
Awesome.
And we don't have nearly that many sold at this point. So
okay, good.
But that's $25, and he'll have his books available, and he's going to be autographing them. And
very cool.
And then there is a special thing that's for a small number of people, and that is sold out.
That's sold out.
Yes.
Yeah. You talked about that. Actually talked about somebody last week, and they sold out.
Yep, sold out last weekend. Right?
Very good. So you're one-on-one deal, but come on out to the other.
Yes, definitely.
So what else do we have going on at the Nature Center?
Well, our summer programs usually start around Memorial Day, so we're kind of gearing up to those. We don't have a lot going on before that. I'm looking at my calendar because I forget all these things.
Don't we all?
We're going to participate in the Tillman Run on the 14th, and also the Taste of the White Mountains on the 28th of April. But starting on Memorial Day weekend, we have a fantastic carnival going on, and the Love Kitchen is going to have hogs and hot rods.
Yeah, we've had them in
hogs.
hot rods and hogs or something like that.
Yeah, one of those.
But we had them. They stopped in, talked about it, and you could check that out on a past edition. But
and it'll be all in the park, so there'll be two great things going on that people can
very cool
can do. We do have one program on May the 5th. Our own Norris Dodd, who is formerly of the Game and Fish and is now kind of a consultant for some of the Far East countries. And right now he's working with Bangladesh. And he saw a huge number of Rohingya refugees coming in to Bangladesh, and they have nothing. So he's doing a fundraiser and going to talk about his adventures there, and actually going to the camps and helping out, distributing food and clothing to the refugees. And so it's a fundraiser, and any money that is donated that night will go to the refugees.
Directly to the refugees.
Yes, exactly.
That's a great deal.
Exactly. But it's a free program, so it's just whatever people want to donate.
So donation in kind is what they call that.
Yes,
exactly.
Right. But our summer program is jam-packed from Memorial Day to Labor Day. We have something going on every single Saturday.
Wow, that's going to be good.
At the Nature Center. And they're all free. I mean, we might have one where again, it's a fundraiser for something where we're asking for a donation. But we have some new programs that have come along. You know, some of the ones that we've had that are real popular, we bring back
Right.
for a few years. But we've got Nature of Art and the Art in Nature that learning about carving and painting and sketching and and nature photography too. And we also have another photography contest that's going on.
Oh, great.
We started it in January and it's running throughout the year through into September. So anybody who wants to go out and take pictures of flora and fauna in the White Mountains and submit it on our website, it's all done that way.
Very good. Now tell me your website, and I'm assuming the website has all of this information as far as the
Yes,
program.
it sure does.
What is the website?
It's WMNature.org.
WhiteMountainNature.org. There you go. So we'll
That's
put that down below as well.
Great.
Very easy to connect with. Make sure you check out the schedule. Like she said, these are all free events. There's some donations in kind. Of course, anything helps them to operate.
Right.
So that's
we
a
are
great
a
thing.
501c3 and
Good.
all run by donations and volunteers. We paid off our land where we used to have the big tent
Yeah.
during the summertime. That 5 acres has been paid off this year, which is years before
Wow. That's awesome.
the mortgage was actually due. So we're just thrilled about that. So
Good.
and now we're working on the one we're at right now
I hear
with
ya.
the building. So
So anything else you want people to know right now as we get ready for summer?
come and visit us now. I mean, we're open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 to 2. And we have a nice, it's a small, but it's a really nice interpretive center. We have a little gift shop, and the Nature Center hiking trail leaves right from our front door. And it's a mile long for people who aren't real big hikers, but it hooks up with Big Springs and Turkey Track and a
Oh, wow.
lot of other different trails, and it'll take you all the way over to the lake if you want it to. So
Very good. And, you know, since we just had the first snow of spring,
I know, yay!
yeah,
Moisture, we need it.
moisture's good. So, yeah,
Yes.
we always get our last little few blasts. You got to wait all the way till Mother's Day, and then I think we're safe past that point.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember one Memorial Day where we had a big snow. Poor people that were tent camping. I felt sorry for them.
Very cool. Well, Kathy Dahnk with the White Mountain Nature Center.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate
you are
that.
welcome.
Hey, I've got some other people coming in, so hang out there, and I'll be back here with the Community Shout. Okay, still hanging out in the studio, and joining me now, I've got Sandra Ann Angelo, PhD.
Yes.
I had to slip that in. That's a lot of work on your part, so you definitely should get credit for that.
Well, it's just perseverance.
Right? You just didn't leave, so they had to finally give you paperwork? Or?
Yeah, something like that.
So you're taking over the helm there at the Family Advocacy Center, correct?
Well,
Or no?
yes and no.
Yes and no, okay.
What they did was they took the executive, they meaning the board, took the executive director position and divided it in two. So we have a director of services, and that's Linda Kingery,
Okay.
and we have a director of development, that's me.
Well, it's certainly a lot to do over there, so I can see why they would do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And so what I do is I get out in the community, talk about the Family Advocacy Center and what we're up to, what we do to help the community, enlist people to provide goods and services to us so that we can continue to run our program. We operate primarily on donations,
Right.
fundraisers, etc. And so that's why my position is so important. So people know what we're about, know what we do, and they're willing to, provide us with what we need in order to continue our business.
Right. Now, your timing is kind of interesting coming in here because, this show comes out on Thursday, so you're seeing this on Thursday. On Monday, I've got a show that's coming out from the hospital talking about the child abuse situation that's been ramping here as of recently.
Yes, we've seen a lot of increase in anger.
Anger, child deaths, child abuse. And it's there's some theories around what it is, and some of it has to do with opioids, and some of it has to do with other things. But yeah, it's anger, definitely. So that's an important thing to understand right now. The Family Advocacy Center is on the forefront and actually the front line of dealing with those situations.
Right. When a child is abused, either sexually or physically, either our victims come to us through either law enforcement or the Department of Child Safety.
Right.
And we are able to conduct a forensic interview with a trained forensic interviewer and other people like law enforcement, maybe legals, social workers, DCS.
DCS,
too many alphabet soups.
The alphabet soups, right?
Yeah. Anyway, the interview is recorded, so the child only has to tell his or her story once.
Yeah.
And that's important because the interview then is put on a CD and it becomes part of the evidence chain. And so we are seeing more prosecutions and more convictions.
Very good. So let's talk about what we can do in community to support Family Advocacy Center. You've got some things that are going on, correct?
Oh, absolutely. The
do we got?
first thing that is going on happens Wednesday, April 3rd. And this is Arizona Gives Day. You've probably heard of Giving Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
That happens, we have Thanksgiving, then we have Black Friday, and we have Cyber Monday. Well, next is Giving Tuesday.
Right.
And it's one of the largest fundraisers nationwide. Arizona has something called Arizona Gives. Arizona Gives Day happens the first Tuesday in April.
Okay.
And it's a chance for anyone who is feeling like a superhero to go to Arizona Gives, put in their zip code, their county, their community, and see all the not-for-profits that are registered there.
Awesome.
And make one donation, multiple donations, all in one place.
Right. It's the first Wednesday. You got caught into Tuesday because of Giving Tuesday. First Wednesday, right?
Well, it's April 3rd.
April 3rd. First Wednesday in... is that Wednesday or Tuesday? I don't know. I'm looking
Tuesday.
at your flyer.
There's a typo
There's
on
a typo
our
on our
flyer.
flyer. Uh-oh, we found the typo. So first Tuesday. Yeah, okay. So
Oh my
anyways,
gosh, I'm mortified.
so it is the first Tuesday. Don't be mortified. We caught it. There we
Yes,
go.
we did. Good thing we don't have too many of these around. Whoa.
So first Tuesday, it's April 3rd.
Yes.
That's easier for me. I'm simple. Stick to the number. So good.
Yes.
Okay, so April 3rd.
April 3rd from midnight to 11:59.
Yeah,
so
they do that.
It's 24 hours of giving where you get to be a philanthropist. You get to be a social worker, a hero, wearing a super cape.
Right.
And we would like you to remember the Family Advocacy Center. There are other organizations up on the mountain. If you put in Navajo County, you'll get a number of different ones.
Very good.
And so, just put on your generous hat and
Go for it.
remember us.
Okay, cool. What else we got?
Okay, what else we have? We have our 8th annual Victims' Rights Symposium. It's called Expand the Circle, Reach All Victims, and we are really excited about our keynote speaker.
Keynote speaker's pretty significant individual, isn't she?
Yes, she
Yeah.
is. Elizabeth Smart. She's an author, an activist, and she's a victim and a survivor.
Right.
Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped from her bedroom when she was 14 years old and held captive for 10 months, and she was determined that she was going to survive. So we're looking forward to hearing her story and how she managed to survive, and maybe learning how we can help other victims survive as well.
Yes, absolutely. So that's Friday, April 27th.
Right, and the symposium is an entire day.
Right.
We have a video and a poster contest for students. We have a workshop for students. And then for big kids, we have Besides the Keynote Speaker, and that's going to be streamed on Facebook. So if you're just interested in Elizabeth Smart and not interested in the other awesome workshops that we have, you can watch it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But there are 4 workshops, 4 different ones to choose from that are offered, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and then you pick which one you want to attend.
Very good. Okay, so that sort of clears out April.
That clears out April.
Moving forward, what do you have?
Okay, moving forward, what do you have? We will be making an appearance at the Women's Health Summit.
Good.
That will have a booth. And we're really excited. We will have educational materials provided by Mama Bear Effect. They're really cool things. They talk about how to recognize abuse, what do you do to protect your child, and how do you react to your child when your child says, Mommy, I need to tell you something.
Yes.
And that's critical. But coming up in September is our 6th annual charity golf tournament. Now, this golf tournament generates about half of the revenue that we have to generate for the Family Advocacy Center. It is going to be on September 8th, which is a Saturday. We are really excited about that.
That is good. Yeah, Saturdays are good days for the golf outings, yes.
Yes, and it's at Torion.
There you go, Torion.
At Torion, which makes it even better. It's a noon shotgun start, and we are looking for sponsors or donators. Sponsors can, goods or money, all of it works. We will have several different silent auctions and raffles, as well as there'll be fun and games out on the golf course. You can either register for the full day or you can just register for dinner.
Yeah, and I always like the catchphrase, which is put it on the tee for the FAC.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. It kind of sticks in your mind. And so anyway, I do have our new bulletin there.
Very good.
Oh, and the symposium is also looking for donors if anyone is interested in donating things that can be used for raffles. You can call over to the FAC or to Navajo County Victim Services.
Very good. Now, you also handed me another flyer when you come in. Is that all for the Family Advocacy Center, first of all?
Yes.
Okay. That's on April 7th, which is, and I don't know, is it Tomasz? Tomasz Robak. He's doing the Prokofiev's.
Yes.
Piano Concerto No. 1 on Saturday, April 7th. That's with the White Mountain Orchestra. So, what's your connection to this?
Orchestra.
You're on the board, or you?
No, I am not on the board.
Okay.
They did ask me, but I said, I am sorry. I am overly committed. But if you need a special project, or I'll be glad to talk about the orchestra whenever somebody asks, or even if they don't.
Right.
Okay. April 7th, the orchestra at 3 o'clock will be having what we call our Concerto concert. This is a competition among musicians in the area to come and play with our symphony. And so we have 2 young women, Megan Fraser and Hannah Gripp, who will be playing concertos. One is a Mendelssohn, and the other is a Tchaikovsky. And so we're really excited to have them, but we are super excited to have Tomasz Robak come and play the Prokofiev.
Very good.
Us.
So, come on out and see that. Anything else, Miss Sandra?
Well, I could go into July if you'd like.
How about we have you come back and talk about that?
That sounds like a plan.
That's good. So make sure you're tracking all these events, and of course we'll re-mention these within the calendar and things like that. You can check for Mountain Talk on that. But once again, it's Sandra Ann Angelo, PhD, from the Family Advocacy Center. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Birdman. I appreciate being here.
So hang on. I've got some more people coming by, and we'll be right back. Okay, still hanging out here in the studio in the wonderful winter. Oh, no, it's spring. Spring snow, yes. And with me, I've got Vicki Solomon. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you very, very much for having me today.
Absolutely no problem. And I'm going to move your mic because I should have done that earlier. But there we go. So you're with, of course, the Nexus Coalition. See, I didn't say Navajo, which N makes you think that. Drug
Coalition. Yep.
Coalition.
Nexus,
Okay.
Nexus Coalition for Drug Prevention.
That's what it is. Okay. It's a tricky one.
It is a tricky
You
one.
do that on purpose, I think.
You can say NCDP. That's short.
NCDP, you think that's easier?
That's a little bit easier.
It's a literacy test.
That's
it is,
right.
of course.
That's right.
And you've got, she gave me when she came in, like 8 flyers, I
That's
think.
right. We got a lot going on.
Pain management was the first one, right? Or no? Was it in order or was it not in order?
That's absolutely fine. Pain management. So we kind of teamed up with different communities in the area. We have Summit, Change Point, Navajo County, and also Little Colorado, and White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And we're bringing in Don Teeter. He is a doctor and he does pain seminars. He's from North Carolina and he is fabulous. So we're bringing him in. We're going to do a pain management seminar Saturday, April 14th from 10 to 3 at Torion. And we're going to have free lunch as well.
Oh,
And
she
there's
said
gonna be
magic words. You heard that, right?
That's right.
Free lunch.
Free lunch.
Little education. You got to pay attention,
That's right.
but free lunch. Yeah.
And we're going to do some raffling and have some fun while we're there as well. Because it's a free lunch, we're only going to take a certain amount of people, so you need to register as soon as you can.
Okay, RSVP. And, pain management's kind of important, and we're almost kind of talking about opioid management, are we?
Probably so.
Maybe.
Probably so.
We've seen a lot of related things going on, and then it's funny because the FAC was just here before you, and we're talking about there's an uptick with kids being hurt. A lot of anger going on right now, and they believe that some of it has to do with some of the new restrictions of opioids that are actually creating some people having some more pain. So, how do you manage that pain? How do you deal with the fact that you can only limited to a certain amount of drugs, only certain drugs, or you got to get off those drugs that you had maybe too much of?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the opioid epidemic, we don't want to take everything away. We just want to try to get away from the addiction part. There are some things that you can do besides take opioids, and that's what we're going to learn from Don Teeter. He's actually a physician, and he's got some great information, and I think it's going to help us out a lot.
Okay, good. Awesome. What's next up?
Well, we have his wife, Martha Teeter.
Oh.
She's going to be coming with him, and she is a marriage counselor specialist. And she's going to be talking to us at a fundraiser. We're doing a fundraiser on Friday the 13th at Torion, and it'll be a dinner at 6:30, $50 a plate, but it's not necessarily for the food. It's for what you're donating to, and it's going to be for, I don't know if anybody's, I'm sure you are aware of it, but the Safe House was shutting down.
Yes.
And Change Point came in and took it over. And so the fundraiser is for the Safe House through them. And then also for our organization, we do a Junior Leadership Academy in the summertime where we help kiddos. And so all that money is going to go towards them. So that's going to be Friday the 13th at Torion, 6:30 p.m.
And how does somebody register for that, or the other one as well? Is
You
it all on the
bet.
website, or?
Yes, it's on my website.
Okay.
ncdp.rocks, and also you can email me anytime, vsncdp@gmail.com.
Okay, very good. Awesome. So we'll put that information up as well.
Thank you.
And I see more.
Just a couple,
Okay.
because they're coming, then we
Right.
decided we wanted to try to educate. We've got doctors, let me get my glasses on here. We're going to be doing some education for physicians, nurses, pharmacists, social workers, and it's going to be the free CMEs. That'll be Thursday, April 12th. That'll be at NPC in Winslow.
Okay.
And then also Friday the 13th during the day right here at the local summit. We're going to be doing some CMEs for them as well starting at 9:30. And so that's going to be phenomenal.
And for those that don't know, the CMEs are they
Continuing education.
have to do those to be able to
Yep.
maintain their certificates, their
Yes.
certifications, all those kind of things. So
Yep.
these are things that they're required to do, and it's good whenever you do them and they're for free because then they don't have to.
Exactly.
Put
And
money out.
and it's a face-to-face. Usually we have to go, to the Valley or Flagstaff or other places and or online, but this is actually, we're bringing them to you. So it'll be a great opportunity for them.
Very good. Okay, Vicki, anything else? What do we got?
Okay, we've got our annual art contest that's going on right
Cool.
now.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but we get into the schools, the kiddos from kindergarten to 12th grade. They put together this art calendar.
Oh, very cool.
So,
Okay.
yep. So the art contest is up and running. If you have any kiddos, K through 12, get with their teachers. Usually the schools know about it, but we've got that up and running right now. And then, as always, we want to encourage people to dump your drugs. If you're done using it, if it's laying around your house or in your medicine cabinets, let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help us all. It's at the local police stations. You can go anytime, 24/7, and dump your drugs.
There you go. So all of those places, we'll put up this information up, and you'll see information on the Birdman Media Facebook page as well. Whenever they send us information, we put those things up.
Thank you.
Much like the Elizabeth Smart thing you saw, and I think we've actually put up
Yes.
this pain
I bet you did.
pain management seminar.
Yep, I bet you did.
Awesome, cool. Anything else, Vicki?
That's it.
Thank
you guys
very much for your time. I appreciate
You
it.
bet. Appreciate your time.
Cool. Okay, that's it for this week's Community Shout. Remember, you yourself can come in and sit in that chair right over there and talk about your event. It's all free. You just show up here Tuesdays at 10 a.m. at the Birdman Media Studios, and then you'll get it put out not only on the Birdman Media Network, but also on the WMI-TV network and Sholo TV. So that's it for me, Birdman. And remember, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.